Hello, my name's Will Ripley. What we're going to talk about today is the simplest guitar chords. Believe it or not, you can start strumming and having some fun with not too much technical skill. You can be impressing your friends, impressing the ladies, everything you've ever wanted. So make sure to stick around after the lesson too, because I'm going to give you an opportunity to get a whole bunch of free lessons. And so anyways, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get into it. Okay, before we get into the simplest guitar chords, make sure to head over to the App Store if you're on iPhone or iPad and get the Will Ripley tuner. You can just search Will Ripley in the App Store and get a hold of this tuner. It's the best app on the freaking App Store, tuner-wise. And it's really accurate. Will get you in tune quickly and effectively. Okay, probably the most simple guitar chord would be your E minor chord. Now check this out. Something like, like a cowboy showdown scene in an old Western movie. And anyways, it uses these two fingers, your P cymbal fingers. And they're both on the second fret. Okay, these silver bars are the fret. So now we want to get our second finger right up next to the fret, and we want to get our first finger as close as possible. I mean, in an ideal world, we would have both fingers side by side, but that's pretty uncomfortable. So this finger has to get down a little bit. But and then with our right hand, what we do is we just strum each string. And now stop if one of these strings doesn't sound clear. But right? So there's our E minor, very sad sounding. Very nice sounding chord, and that chord is in a lot of songs. You'll see that all over the place. From there, what you can try doing is see if you can do an E minor 7. Okay, so all you're going to do is plop this finger down on the third fret of the B string. Okay, so now all that's going to sound like is this. All of a sudden that seventh in there to make it an E minor 7 just sounds really pretty. Okay, and then once you get that, and by the way, just pause the videos at any time just to make sure that that you're getting it, and just rewatch the sections, and just be patient with this stuff. And then this is what I want to get you to though, okay? Maybe try plunking down these two fingers first, these two high strings, and then get your E minor chord over here. And this is still an E minor 7. I know that we added another note, but it's still the same as this chord. So, okay? Now what I want to show you here is two songs. We can play Zombie by the Cranberries, and we can also play Kids by MGMT using the same chords. Okay, so each of them roughly sound like this. Well, actually, I'll play you Zombie first. So. Sounds really good. Now this next time through, and maybe you picked it up already, but there's a little trick to what I'm doing here. So now watch closely. I'm going to play the MGMT song. I want to see if you can find the similarities. Okay, so yes, they are the same chords, but there's something else as well. Okay, so here is an acoustic version of Kids. Okay, what did you notice? I hope that you notice that this third finger and this fourth finger do not move in either one of those songs in all four chords. Okay, so that's probably what makes this the most simple chord progression. And because it's fun, it's musical, you can play classic songs, and you don't really have to do too much movement with your fingers. And yeah, you got to get, you know, this big stretch across here, but once you get that, you know, these other chords, they come pretty quick. Now, if this is just, if you feel like this is totally beyond your level, this is okay, okay? If you have never picked up the guitar or you're like totally a fresh beginner, I would not start you with this, okay? And I'll make sure to link you to some videos that are even more simple than this, and will break down some fun, easy songs that are disguised as finger workouts. It's basically like bringing your fingers to the gym. We exercise them through some bass lines, you know, playing stuff like this. Right, so, you know, that's done in the style of Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. So by using single notes, we can exercise our fingers and play some fun songs and stuff. You know, and only then will we be ready to play big full chords, okay? So, that E minor 7 chord, let's go back to that, okay? So remember, we got our E minor, and we plop down 3rd and 4th fingers. Now, like I said, these guys do not move, okay? So this is really cool. What we do is we do a little pivoting motion in the next song. This finger hops up here, this finger hops over here. Okay, I'll show that one more time. So this guy goes here, this guy goes here. So here's our next chord, okay? Now you're gonna do your best to not hit the low E string on this, okay? And what this is a C add 9. And that's a shortened version for saying C major add 9. Because take a look at these two fingers right here. They're really, really similar to a C major chord. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this finger up here to make it a C add 9. And that's getting into, you know, some more complex harmony, why this is a 7th and why this is a 9 and stuff like that. But don't worry about it for now. Just think of them as pretty chords, because they are. So then what we're going to do, this is another really simple movement. Okay, so we had our E minor 7 to our C add 9. And now we're just going to go bump each finger up. And this chord is probably the most commonly used guitar chord on acoustic and electric. This is a G chord, so your G major chord. Okay, so what we got so far is this. Okay, and now we're going to do this funky chord. It's called a Dsus over F sharp. Okay, and again, we can get into that kind of stuff a little bit more another time, why this is a Dsus over F sharp. But for now, a way I think of it is just a really nice passing chord to go back to the start. And this is like one of the hooks in Wonderwall, for instance. By the way, a lot of these chords are used in Wonderwall. So it's really like the big connector chord between the G and the E minor. So we're at that G chord, and then we pop this guy here, and this guy's kind of the big movement. It's going to go over to the 2nd fret of the G string. Right, but the beautiful thing is that we're not moving these 3rd and 4th fingers at all. And now, in this case, you want to mute that A string, okay? So it naturally happens because the flesh of your 1st finger touches that A string a little bit there. So that's great. That's what you want. Okay, so that is the D-sus over F sharp. And then we're back to the E minor. So now the whole thing sounds like this. Right, like just really small movements. This one's like basically the same as the C. The G and C are really similar. This is the only like big movement. And then to get back to the start, each of these guys, they just go in one, closer by 1 string each. So that's really cool. You know, and you might want to try putting your finger or your thumb in the back of the neck. I find especially for like teenagers and girls that with smaller hands, that having the thumb in the back of the neck. Like I don't have like extraordinarily large hands. They're really like kind of average size, but definitely what you're going to get used to in the future is having this thumb just hanging over the neck and just holding the guitar neck like that. So okay, so probably the best strum pattern would be the Kids song by MGMT. All we're going to do there is we're going to go like this. Okay, so 8 strums all together, and it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we want to feel it more in counts of 4. Okay, so, and then we just switch and we do the same thing there. Right, and remember, try to avoid that low E string, because otherwise it sounds like this. Which isn't terrible, but it definitely sounds cleaner when you avoid it. And then we go to our G, this guy. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then we go to our Dsus over F sharp. And then, excuse me, at full speed, this might sound something like this. This first is just go like 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 2, 3, switch. And to play along with MGMT, you want to pop a capo on the 2nd fret, and then you would play that up here. Right, but the capo really helps. Okay, so, and then Zombie is really, really similar, but it's just a little bit slower, and you use this strum pattern. So it'd be like down, 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 down. So they're all downs, but it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the only difference between this one is we're going to split up the strings, okay? So the guitar has 6 strings. And what we're going to do is we're going to think about splitting them in groups of 3, okay? So when we strum, what we're going to do is we're going to think bottom, bottom, top, bottom, 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 top. Think about this beat. Do, do, cat, do, 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 cat, right? Do, do, cat, do, 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 cat. Do, 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 cat, do, 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 cat, do. And that is what we're doing with our right hand. By the way, the right hand is all about the drums, the rhythm, right? That's where our rhythmic feel and drive comes from. So we got down, 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 okay? So we're splitting up the strings. We're going down, down, and then same thing here. And it's like kind of one of these things that you're roughly splitting up the strings. Obviously, there's no real halfway between 5. So, guitar string wise, anyways. And then we got. Okay, so that would really add a lot of rhythm to Zombie by the Cranberries. Okay, so just to finish this up, we've got our E minor 7, our C add 9, our G major, and our D sus over F sharp, okay? So now this isn't really the easiest thing to do on guitar. Now, if you're struggling with chords, then don't feel bad because everybody struggles with chords. I'll make sure to link you to some things that I think will really help you in terms of like these finger exercises that I was talking about earlier. Also, I want to teach you how to switch these chords. So save that to another video, but there's a little tip where you can switch these chords seamlessly, okay? And so, yeah, hope this helped. All right, so I hope you picked up at least a thing or two from this lesson, and make sure that you stay on this YouTube channel, subscribe right now, at the very least, okay? I got all kinds of wicked material that I think is gonna be really helpful for you as a guitar player learning online. And also, if you wanna step it up to the next level, get full length, like 1 hour long guitar lessons and like a free one-on-one coaching session, or maybe you wanna get like some free video course action. I got a 13-part video course. Anyways, if you want any of this stuff or all of the above, and just follow the directions on that page. This is actually my blog. You can just check out a whole bunch of awesome guitar articles, and yeah, just get in the loop. And like, I mean, you as a guitar player that's learning online, you're definitely gonna wanna check it out. So hop over there, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and until then, keep on ripping it up.